Back again with Channel 2 News. We have just received information that Pearl Harbor has been bombed. It has been bombed by Admiral Isarov Yamamoto. We have received word that he had been planning this attack on Pearl Harbor for some time. The attack happened a few days ago. It lasted approximately 90 minutes. This attack was intended to destroy the Pacific Fleet so that it would not be able to fight back as the Japanese advanced across the Pacific Ocean and tried to take control. The tactics that the Japanese used in this attack were gruesome and unjust. They used submarines and torpedoes to fight. They also used bombs and planes. However, there was one way that was shocking and different from all the rest. This was called kamikaze. This was when a pilot would crash into an area intentionally to blow it up. The Japanese would use this tactic if their plane was shot. Even if they had a chance of surviving, they would crash their plane into a boat to sink it and destroy it and kill themselves and their plane. The attack ended with thousands of people dead and many more injured. Now on to Kyla.
Thanks, Russ, for that information following that tragic event. Following the December 7th attack on Pearl Harbor, Americans are in distress and looking for a solution. All while Japan's ally, Germany, had declared war on the U.S., while Japan had attacked Pearl Harbor. The next day, December 8th, President Roosevelt gave a presidential speech asking Congress to declare war on the Empire of Japan. On the same day that President Roosevelt gave his speech, Italy had declared war on America. The three countries that the U.S. is now at war with are called the Triple Axis, which is Germany, Italy, and Japan. With these three powers fighting the U.S., we'll have to up our military and be strong for all the people in our country. It was a twist of events that has happened in the past 2 days, and we hope it all ends very soon. We'll now go on to Brigham to give us some more news.
Thank you, Kyle. That was very important information that we all needed to hear today. We just received breaking news. Leningrad is no longer under siege. It's been 3 years since they were not under siege. So this is a very historic day. Leningrad was originally known as St. Petersburg, which is the capital of Russia. Before the siege started, 3/4 of the people were able to evacuate, but 2 million still remained, and others joined them as they were seeking refuge from other parts of Russia. The Germans tied down on the people and they made the living conditions crazy and brutal for the people by using air attacks and ground attacks, which destroyed all of their supplies. They made all the people that were able and in good condition build an anti-tank wall, and that included women, men, and children. Because the food supply was destroyed, they had to resort to cannibalism, which is a horrible thing. They used scraps, whatever they could find to keep themselves warm and light a fire. In 1943, the Red Army soldiers broke through the German line, and that made a path that was much easier for supplies to get to and from Leningrad by using Lake Ladoga. And this is very key, and it kept all the people alive. In 1944, Soviet forces finally approached Leningrad, and because of that, the Germans were forced to retreat, and that is where we are today. And Leningrad is no longer under siege. Over to you, Kiki.
Thanks, Brigham. For today's news, we have a troubling issue. The Nazis have begun executing their final solution. This is their plan to terminate the population of European Jews. They have done this by implementing policies that have led to starvation, disease, and immigration of large numbers. The results have not been enough for them, so they have opened multiple concentration camps. While in these concentration camps, prisoners are being used for various medical experiments. These medical experiments are cruel and unethical. They include being exposed to freezing conditions to find a treatment for hypothermia, being used to test immunization compounds for diseases like malaria, typhus, and yellow fever, and exposure to mustard gas to test possible antidotes. That's all for now. Let's see what Ryan has for us today.
We need strong, able men to help us fight. Join the Union of powerful men fighting on the battlefield, because we want you to join the U.S. Army and protect us from Germany and Japan. We need all able young men to join us in our efforts. And ladies, don't forget your part too. Join the nurses to help our wounded soldiers on the battlefield. But even if you are unable to join the army, there are things that you can still help with. Saving your rations, donating to the army, and saving fuel by carpooling can help save the lives of many of our soldiers on the battlefield. Don't forget, the simple act of planting a garden could help us out. Are these the men that you want running your country? Men, it takes two to fight a war. Help make weapons. Without your help, we could be in grave danger. We will stand united to win this war and pave the way for a bright future.